It always comes to this. There guys, it's been a little while since I've made a vlog. It won't feel like it because I've always got a few ahead. I wanted to start off kind of talking a little bit about that. My tattoo vlogs are usually kind of kept 2 weeks to 3 weeks ahead. So a lot of times I'll have work done. When this is uploading, I'll already have the next tattoo session or two underway kind of thing. But I got a little bit behind. I actually made a few vlogs over the last few weeks detailing some of my last tattoo sessions, but there were some audio issues, so I scrapped both of them. And so this one will be coming up pretty current. So anyway, I have had 2 sessions since the last one. Go ahead and show off. I had my chin worked on again. I had been talking about wanting to work on my chin some more and make it more solid. It's pretty solid now. I'll include some pictures of the close-up of it and all that. But we basically just extended the points and filled the black in on the jawline area again, where it just was showing the old tattoo underneath still. I think that was the 6th time I've had my chin worked on. It just bleeds so much, as I've gone over in past videos. So I think now it's actually pretty solid and it's got a good chance of staying that way. The reason we pulled the points out quite a bit farther is actually because the points were pretty blurry. They were pretty dull looking. They weren't super refined like I like them to be. So by pulling them farther and making them a little sharper, it reduces that risk of them kind of blobbing up over time. Where you could barely tell that there were points here before. Now you can see very clearly. Yeah, the chin is really hard to saturate. So Terry got a really good stretch this time, and that seemed to make the huge difference that we needed. I'm not saying that Rick never stretched it right or anything like that, but this area gets really, really wet, like when it starts bleeding and once there's some ink in there and all that. So Terry took a little bit of paper towel and really just kind of pulled my chin, or he saturated it so he could get a good grip and kind of pull it tight so that you could actually saturate the whole thing. And yeah, it's pretty bulletproof now. Pretty happy with it overall. So yeah, we had that session. Super happy with that. Kind of finished my face to the extent that I'm gonna do for a little while anyway. We'll probably do some more touch-ups on this stuff as I went over in past videos. We talked a little bit, me and Terry, about blacking out my ears or potentially doing some designs on my ears. I just don't really want to lose the size of my piercings, so I don't know when I'll do that or if I'll do that, how I'll do that. Maybe put some suggestions into the comment section for me about kind of what you think I should do with that. By this point, I want to apologize. My audio has been pretty good on these vlogs lately. I've been using a little phone mic, but my phone mic was causing some crazy static. So this one, I don't have a new phone mic ordered in yet, so the audio might be a little tinny. And I apologize about that, but in the future, we'll be back up to better audio quality. Just waiting on that mic. Anyway, next session I had was, obviously the last thing we did was we were down here on my stomach and we had done this guy. Well, we went back up into the armpit over here. So we did all this. It's a little bit dry right now, but this is healed now for about a little over a week, probably a week and a half. So some of the stuff in the armpit was a little hard to see, a little hard to read. So Rick went in and realigned that. And we did the shading on here and some more over here. So now it's basically like sleeved up and that it's all connected. Like there's almost no negative of the old dynamic black left. as you can see, the nipples are looking very, very light. It's partly the lighting again, but I'm making it a point that this week we black out the nipples again. So I think Rick wanted to wait a little longer, but for me, it's a definite need to do now. Again, anytime you get work done in the armpits, I will say, it's not a hard session. People like to think that the armpits hurt like crazy, but I found them very tolerable. I appreciate these sessions way more than anything on the stomach. So I had a pretty easy sit. This side didn't scab up. If you'll recall, I had some dry, crusty spots on this side. It ended up healing really well anyway. That's one pass red and white over black. So it ended up coming through really, really well. But yeah, this side healed a lot easier for some reason. I don't know what to make of that really, other than maybe some luck, and kind of depends on your skin that day maybe. But yeah, one pass red and white on black, fully healed. And if we hit that red again, it'll almost be too bright. It's interesting, the lighter black areas, so like anywhere that wasn't quite so dark, they take the color better. So like my chest was quite a bit darker. Now that's 2 passes. So the darker black is harder to cover than cover with brighter color than the lighter black. So basically, the better saturated the black is, the harder it's going to be to cover. So a tip there could be that if you want to do black on black or white on black or red on black, go in with the lightest black you can and make it solid, but don't make it like bulletproof. Like my chest was pretty black. Now obviously we've got the white highlights in there. But yeah, overall armpit not bad for pain. Always easier than people think. I will say the ramp up to the armpit is worse anywhere around here, and anywhere around here is actually way worse than the armpit itself, or like this back area here. It's just a meatier area. It feels like it can take it quite a bit better. So yeah, I've never had too much trouble with them. Now, this armpit has been done 6 or 7 times. This armpit has been done 7 or 8 times. So I feel as if I am some sort of an authority to speak on the matter of armpit tattoos, because as I know of, I don't think there's anyone in the world that has been tattooed in their armpit as many times as me. I think I could probably say that about a lot of areas by now, but there's always those unknowns out there. I've had quite a few people ask me, more and more recently, if I have any world records yet. And the answer is like, I probably do have some world records, honestly. I probably have quite a few, but it's really hard to say. There's always people out there like Daiko Kudo Nero. I think that's how you say his name. I did the reacts to him recently. There was an episode of a podcast where Scott or Kevin had mentioned, the guys I did the podcast with, my helix piercings, and that they'd never seen bigger. And they said, "You must have the biggest helix piercings in the world." To which I replied, "Well, I really don't know." And immediately that day or the day after, someone in the comments section referenced that guy, and I went and had a look at him. And it really just goes to show you that there's so many people out there in the world doing their thing in private. Like, I didn't do any social media until 2016. I barely even had a Facebook. So there's a lot of people out there that do big elaborate projects in their privacy of their home, and they don't really show them off to anyone. So it's really kind of hard to say what's out there, who's doing what. So I'm hesitant to ever claim that I have the most or I've done the most. But as far as I know anyway, there's never been anyone who's done more work in their armpits than I have. As far as I know, there's never been anyone who's had their chest tattooed as many times as I have, in over 15 times. As far as I know, there's no one who's had their hands tattooed as many times as I have. I've had my hands tattooed both over 10 times in total. That being said, that doesn't mean those people aren't out there. That doesn't mean that those people don't exist. I don't know that I'm the most hours ever tattooed. I know that percentage-wise, body percentage-wise, I know of a number of people who have gotten more coverage than me because they'll have their whole face tattooed, or they have their whole palms tattooed, or the bottoms of their feet. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they've been tattooed for as long as me either. Just in terms of the amount of work I've had, the amount of layers I've had done, the fact that I'm already between 150 and 200 hours into my third bodysuit. You know, there's a lot to be said for just the layers that I've gone through in terms of whether I could be the record book holder of most tattoo sessions or most hours and closing in on 1,200. But anyway, I digress on that note. I will say I had been talking about doing a sleeve with another artist, Scott, as opposed to doing both sleeves with Rick. I've now kind of passed on that idea a little bit. Like, I had kind of passed on it anyway, but now I'm really thinking if I do a second sleeve, I think I'm gonna let Terry actually do it. The guy who's been doing my face extensions and probably my head work. I pitched him the idea and sent him the references of what I'm thinking of for my right sleeve already today, and he's super into the idea of working with some white and black on black, maybe get some color in there. And since he's into the idea, I'm thinking I might let him try it out, but it'll still be a little while before anything like that happens, even if we do decide to go for it, because he wants to make sure that he takes the time and draws up something really cool. So yeah, if we end up doing that, it'll be something really elaborate and really unique. And he's super into it because it'll be a learning opportunity for one, and also I think for him it's a bit of a compliment that I want to work with him because he is a younger artist. But I've never been adverse to working with younger artists for things like this, or things at all, so long as they have decent fundamentals. And the kid's got skill. He's not a big name tattooer or anything. Neither is really anyone I've ever worked with, though. I guess Lee is, sort of, but like I don't need a celebrity tattooer. I just need someone with a decent skill set and someone who can stay faithful to my vision, because as I've said before, even though Rick is a very talented artist, this has been my vision. I've basically been the director. He's more or less a hired gun for this stuff. And that's not to discredit him at all, because he has his own vision and he sees a lot of these creatures and things that I'm describing in his own way. But the creative vision behind the project has always been me. And so it's important to me that I can carry that on with someone else too, if need be. So that basically, like, even without Rick, there's going to be EphemeralRemy. There was EphemeralRemy when I was working with Lee, and there will be EphemeralRemy when I'm working with anyone else as well. So, not to talk like I'm talking to myself in third person here, but the vision is always mine. It's just about having someone carry it out. So, anyway, I got a little off topic here. I had a lot to say. I didn't really know exactly what direction this one was going to go in. Got a lot to unpack. I haven't been able to do one of these in a little while, like I said. So anyway, I'll be making another video. I plan on talking a lot about what I've learned with white on black and black on black tattoos here sometime in my nearly 200 hours of experience in the art form now. I feel like I want to put that all in one condensed video now that I have quite a bit of that stuff and a lot to say on the matter. I feel like that could be pretty good viewing, or at least very informative at this point. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys again soon, and have a great day.